Sometimes the Norsemen lost, but oftener they won, so that they got land and lived in those countries. Their houses sat in these strange lands like warriors' camps, and the Norsemen went among their new neighbors with hanging swords and spears in hand, ever ready for fight. There were many islands north of Scotland. They were called the Orkneys and the Shetlands. They have many good harbours for ships. They are little and rocky, and bare of trees. Wild seabirds scream around them. On some of them, a man can stand in the middle and see the ocean all about him. Now the Vikings sailed to these islands, and were pleased. "It is like being always in a boat," they said. "This shall be our home." So it went, until all the lands round about were covered with Vikings. Norse carved and painted houses brightened the hillsides. Viking ships sailed all the seas, and made harbour in every river. Norsemen's thralls ploughed the soil and planted crops and herded cattle, and gold flowed into their masters' treasure chests. Norse warriors walked up and down the land, and no man dared to say them nay. These men did not forget Norway. In the summers they sailed back there and harried the coast. They took gold and grain and beautiful cloth back to their homes. In Norway they left burning houses and weeping women. Every summer King Harald had out his ships and men and hunted these Vikings. There are many little islands about Norway. They have crags and caves and deep woods. Here the Vikings hid when they saw King Harald's ships coming. But Harald ran his boat into every creek and fjord, and hunted in every cave, and through all the woods and among the crags. He caught many men, but most of them got away, and went home laughing at Harald. Then they came back the next summer, and did the same deeds over again. At last King Harald said, "There is but one thing to do. I must sail to these western islands and whip these robbers in their own homes." So he went with a great number of ships. He found as brave men as he had brought from Norway. These Vikings had brought their old courage to their new homes. King Harald's fine ships were scarred by Viking stones and scorched by Viking fire. The shields of Harald's warriors had dents from Viking blows. Many of those men carried Viking scars all their lives. And many of King Harald's warriors walked the long, hard road to Valhalla, and feasted there with some of these very Vikings that had died in King Harald's battles.